Hi, Paul. This is Robin Steinberg from the National Critics' Choice, and thank you for this interview. And we'd like to find out more about what comedy is and how do you start being a comedian.
I don't think that you choose comedy. I think comedy finds you, and it picks you. And if anything you can do in life, entertainment is the hardest thing to do. Out of entertainment, all the genres of entertainment, comedy is the hardest to do. And within comedy, stand-up comedy is the hardest to do. So I picked the most difficult thing in the world has picked me to do it. And I welcome that challenge every chance I get to get on stage. It's a fight, and I love it.
And so, but how do you get into comedy?
Oh, how does this? Well, for me, it was the last of my options. No, it was just something I was always good at as a kid, and I enjoyed doing this so much as opposed to finishing my studies in electrical engineering. I dropped out of the university to do comedy.
And so how long have you been doing comedy so far?
It's been the first time I touched a mic was a really long time ago. Professionally, I've probably been doing this for about 14 years, maybe.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, did you ever remember the very first joke that you cracked?
No, that's a look back in the notebook of shame.
Okay. So, what was the most memorable experience by far in your 14 years of your career?
The high point?
Yeah.
For me, now I don't know if it's because I come from an Asian American family where emotions aren't really expressed freely, but my dad never said, "Son, I love you," or "Son, I'm proud of you." And a couple of years ago, I went back home to Hawaii and did a show in a big theater. About 1,500 people were there, and my parents were in attendance. And after the show, he finally came up to me and said, "Son, I love you and I'm proud of you." And for me, that was the high point.
Who was a mentor of your life that actually spawned you to be a comedian that you are today?
My mentor was a comedian named Andy Bumatai. I grew up in Hawaii, and we really only had one comedian when I was a kid, and his name was Andy Bumatai. Years later, he took me under his wing and taught me the ropes, taught me timing, how to set up jokes and punchlines. And I really owe a lot to Andy for being my comedy sensei.
Okay. So now that you're in Asia, do you see a wide variety of acceptance across Asia for comedy? And do you think that you will be mentoring comedians as well in the near future?
I do like to give advice and help the younger comedians when I see that they could use some help, or when they ask me, I'll definitely be right there and help them out. As far as comedy in Asia, I do see a lot of acceptance of American-style stand-up comedy. Comedy exists everywhere, whether it's in China as crosstalk, or whether it's sort of the slapsticky vaudeville type of Japanese comedy. It exists everywhere, but more and more the American style of monology, standing there behind a mic, one man, I think it's growing in acceptance around the world, and I like that.
Tell us, and please tell the readers, where can we ever subscribe to the comedy club? Is there a website?
Well, you can always go to paulogata.com, or if you want to find out when I'm coming through in Singapore and Southeast Asia, you can always hit up thecomedyclub.asia.
That's right. There you go, folks. The National Critics' Choice loves the comedy club. Please call them.